Now let's turn attention to events in Uganda ahead of the presidential election. Joining me to look at this is a global affairs analyst, Collins Nweke from Belgium. Good to have you join us, Collins Nweke. There are 11 candidates in this election, but the contest is set to be majorly between President Museveni and Bobi Wine. What do you think is at stake in this election?
The stakes in this election in Uganda that is going to hold less than 24 hours from now, tomorrow, Thursday, the 14th of January, are very, very high. Now, we are looking at two strands of events that are actually defining this election. One, there is nothing about the unfolding events that have not been there in the last 35 years since Museveni came to power. The influence of social media, on the other hand, I believe is the new dimension to this election, because while Bobi Wine, the leading opposition candidate, was busy amassing huge support through the social media, because the intellectuals, young people and all of that, that is actually their meeting point. The president overlooked it, and before he knew what was happening, Bobi Wine had become a very serious political thorn on his flesh. And what we see playing out is his attempt to quell the support that Bobi Wine is having, because he represents a clear danger for the incumbent president, Yoweri Museveni.
These same things were said about President Yoweri's major challenger in 2016, Kizza Besigye, who many people thought would overturn the authority or the power of Yoweri Museveni, but that didn't happen. So if that election in 2016 is anything to go by, does it create a lens through which this particular election can be analyzed? In
more ways than one, yes. What we also need to bear in mind is that the immediate past opposition leader, I mean, the one that contested against him in 2016, like you rightly pointed out, is actually, some fingers have been pointed at him as one of the individuals that has made it impossible for there to be a united opposition force. He obviously, from records, does not want Bobi Wine to emerge the winner, and so it is being claimed that he too is using some insurgents to create, some destabilization, which the incumbent president is actually, sitting upon. So you see, it's a whole web of mess in Uganda, and what that tells us is that Bobi Wine may be the one that has the support of the Ugandan people, because we have seen a recent online scientific poll that put him at 69%, while the president has about 35%. However, the president, the incumbent, obviously will remain in power, while Bobi Wine has the vote of the people.
This is also a parliamentary election, and both parties would need to have at least 50% plus one to be the ruling party in the country. But Bobi Wine has always reported that one attack or the other. Do you think that this has helped his popularity when you look at how his rallies have been invaded and violence, and how he has been arrested over and over again?
As a matter of fact, if anything, the suppression of Bobi Wine, the suppression of his campaign, have actually made him even more popular and has endeared him more so to the international community. So it is not ebbing his popularity away. However, the point is that the incumbent president has his ways and means of turning the election to his side, either through ballot stuffing, intimidation of people on the election day itself, and outright rigging through other means.
All right, the election is barely a few hours away, like you rightly noted. We will continue to see how things play out in Uganda. Global Affairs analyst Nweke, you joined us from Belgium. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Precious, for having me.